I mean, it's just like, we should just make our own baits all the time, right? I thought it was supposed to blow today. Bit it. I set the hook and got one. Okay. Ah! You can see all this white. Oh God, come here with him. There's 3. There's 4. Let's get some more. After a 19-hour day, I counted. Freak show, dude. Freak. What is up, Matt? We're so excited for the series we're about to take you guys on. If you guys see this guy right here, you recognize him a little bit. We did a little tour last year. This is Brennan from Do It Molds.
What's up, guys?
You guys saw me go tour the Do It facility last year too. If you aren't familiar, Do It is a mold making company to make all different types of soft plastic baits. Really any type of baits that there are on the market. Jigs, spinner baits, buzz baits. A little bit of everything. They pretty much have their hands in the components of about every bait that's on the market right now. And they're located just down the road. Well, they're sponsoring this entire series as well as they did last year, where we went out, we made a bunch of baits, and then we went to the lake and caught fish on them. That's what we're doing. The next couple days, we're going out to a freaking slaunch factory. We're gonna make all of our baits, the large majority of our baits, and go catch fish on those baits. We're gonna show you guys how to pour your own lead, pour your own plastic, and the best thing is we get to go catch giant fish on them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to the lake. Look at this beautiful conglomeration of like tackle making goodness. I like how we each put like 3 different t-shirts in, no food or water, but like 400 pounds of shit to make tackle. That's the right kind of trip. Brian, what do you want? These tubs?
Yes, sir.
Just these? Oh God. What did you bring in there?
Stuff that these fish have never seen before.
Baits or colors or both? Oh,
everything.
God. What is that? Drop and shot?
Zipper goby. Drag it, drop shot it, do whatever you want with it.
Oh my God. This is all custom stuff?
A lot of it.
Look at this. You said this is the swim bait you were talking about.
That's the one that's gonna get it done.
I've never seen a swim bait like that. He's been telling me he's got some special stuff these fish haven't seen before that he poured up for this trip. Oh, and I see we got the old usual guys for the Ned Rig fans out there. I am done talking. Let's go catch fish on these lures. I'm excited though, because I haven't used a lot of this stuff. This is custom handmade stuff. Can't beat it. Let's do it. Look how ridiculous this is. We just got the whole tackle store already on the boat. I'm excited for this tour for 3 reasons. 3 reasons why you guys should go make your own tackle from Do It Molds. 1, it's cool to catch fish on something you made yourself. It's the most gratifying thing. I've caught fish on them on stuff that I've been making. I actually started off by selling baits that I made, a little side hustle, way back when I was just getting started tournament fishing. But catching fish on something you made is absolutely paramount. Second reason it's amazing is you can save yourself a ton of money. This is a way that you can actually make bulk stuff. Like I make all my bulk jig heads. It's so much cheaper than going out and buying them in the store. And 3, you can make stuff like this stuff right here, colors, bait combinations that fish have never seen before. We're at one of the most pressured lakes in the entire area right here. And these fish literally haven't seen these baits. That makes a big difference. A lot of pro tour guys use stuff from Do It Molds for that reason, because they can make a lot of them and they can make stuff the fish haven't seen. They need an edge.
Absolutely. Guys on tour that are traveling around making money doing stuff like this, it's really important to diversify what they can throw. Gives them an advantage on the water.
Absolutely. You're gonna see us basically using homemade stuff every video in this entire series. And last time we did this series, so many people took up tackle making. I was freaking stoked about it. And right now with all the COVID stuff going around, Do It's business has been exploding from all the people making tackle at home right now. It is the perfect time to get into tackle making, stock up on your stuff, and really just give you guys something to do. So one thing I do ask of you guys, and I'm gonna help you guys out a little bit too, everyone that makes an order from this entire series, if you go on Do It's site, I'm gonna link it down below, whether you get 1 mold or $5,000 worth of molds and components, just take a screenshot of your order and send it to me, and I'll repost it on Instagram, Facebook, and all my different story platforms. I want to see all you guys making baits, and to take it a step further, I would love if you would tag me in all the photos that you post. I'll repost those too of photos of baits you guys make. Let's get some threaded on. Show you guys why you should be making your own stuff. So Brennan actually made a whole bunch of plastics and jig heads and stuff. So right now, we're just tying on some dual looking stuff that should catch these big smallmouth. But later on tonight, we're gonna make a bunch of tackle for the rest of the trip. This trip though today is kind of just to see, you know, what works, what they're gonna eat. And that gives us a better opportunity to make what we're gonna make for the rest of the trip, which is what we do when we're on the road anyway. But a little swim bait with a screw head and a new mold from Do It that's coming out too. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Ooh. Got his ass. What do we got here? It's a fish. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Pretty daggum good. Woo! Get in here, girl. Dang, they're built right out here. Now you guys see this thing. This isn't a special Brennan, because Brennan poured a bunch of baits and stuff before we got out here. This isn't a Brennan special. This is a Ben special, the old Do It swing head mold. This is one of my favorite things I pour because these things are way overpriced in the store. What are they, 2 for $6 for swing heads? Stupid stuff. Freaking donk, just crushed it. But yeah, I make like 100 of these plus a year. So does Zark. And yeah, swing heads. Got the old prawn, 6-cents prawn on the back of it. I think I'm kind of getting the feeling we're gonna need to pour some cross style plastics and stuff to drag around tomorrow. Plus we're gonna go to some different lakes. I think we're gonna maybe bedfish tomorrow, but we just moved to this road bed offshore, dragging the old swinging head. We're off to a good start, good quality. Brennan, you see where the road bed is? Back there and up there, we drifted off it a little bit. It is deeper, it's like 20 off the edge of it. There should be a lot though. That was only the second time I hit a rock. Ah, pull it out of his damn mouth. Feeling that jankiness? Come on, walleye. Don't you know we got a good walleye chop going here?
I'm getting your rock shot down.
Yeah, you're a little right of it, I think. One hair to the right. I have one on. I've hooked one. Freaking heavy. Heavy trying to jump? What did we do? Did we get a wall head here? We got a stupid something. It's a smallmouth. Why is it fighting so mean like? We got Pale Paul on here. Oh, it's big. That's why it's fighting so hard. Swinging head. Brennan, I got another one.
Swing him in on the swing.
I don't know if you heard it. It's so windy out here, but I do have one on. That's fun. They're biting well. I'm gonna measure it on my rod to see how long it is. Right at 69 inches. We should have come here for our damn online 18-inch tournament. I think he's gonna be close. I gotta measure him just to see, just to know, so we can come back here and cheat next time. Tournament tomorrow. He gets there. Shoot. Next time we know. Nice little 3.5 pound smallie. Beautiful fish on the swing head. I ain't shitting you. That's probably the most valuable mold to me. The swing head. Because I snag so many of them. I'd be in a freaking 6-foot John boat if I had to pay for all of them. I didn't make them myself. Got one. Freaking big head shakes. It's crazy.
Be a walleye.
It's not a walleye. Brennan, you dickhead. Walleyes can't swim that fast. You got to troll for walleyes, don't you know?
Oh, that's right.
Butterballs, man. Dirty little butterballs. Hungry some bitches. You bet. All of them. Cookie cutters. I'll tell you, that's another freaking 18-incher, Cole. That's where you want them. Swinging head. You bet. Easily. 19 inches. Damn. Should put like a menace or something on the back of that little 3/8 ounce jig. Or even just part of the newt. Well, we were right, Cole. That color catches smallmouth. Just took a few tries. Okay. Fish?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Damn, son. Did you just put on a trailer on that guy?
Little flander.
Little Flanders? Yeah.
Dadgum
Cheating.
stud.
You bet. You bet.
Maybe.
Okay. That up, babe. That up, babe. You bet. What are you throwing, homie? Can't show me, it's secret. Look at that. That is finesse jig with a turd. You bet.
Net on the back of a finesse.
Dang it, guys. Conspiring against me now.
I was praying back here. Like, please, first pass.
It has to be one. Maybe. Yep. Oh, good one. Barn guy. Come here, barn guy. All right, just flipping some creatures. Beauty. Beauty. Inside the barn, too. You bet. That one was fat. Holy shit. About lost me. Careful. Be a little careful right there. I can't believe this. They were like, my trolling motor battery was all f***ed up and dying when we were out here last time, and we still had like 4 bites fishing a quarter of the barn in like 10 minutes. Yeah. My Pam did just shut off completely. That's all about. I got one on, Cole. All right. No Pamela, no problem, as they say. Ow. That's a pretty fish. Barnes flippins. I like it. We just had to talk about them, Brennan. Last time they were here, why aren't they here this? Oh, got one. I'm seeing like, that looks like it's janky on the 2D. There, now I'm in it now.
You're in the shit now.
Yeah. That'll do it. I have one on also. There was a fish on it when I hit the rock. Mean bastards. Woo! Woo! Ooh, about lost him. Whoops! That'll do. Big white bastards living in this stained water. That's probably the biggest one of the day so far. Close to it anyway. Cool, let's get a weight on them just to see. Just so the haters at home are like, those were all about 2 pounds. We catch those all the time in Grandpappy's pond. That's what people say in their comments. 729. 3 3/4. Long guy, long and kind of narrow, but super fun. Got him. Oh, that's so fun. I got you. You good? Cookie cutters. You bet. Man, that's a good time. They're growing. They're getting bigger at the spot. Last year we came here and they were all like 2 pounders, 2.5. It's a random 3 to 3 1/4. This year, they're a 1/4 pound bigger. A whole quarter. You bet. Big white one. Get them shots of it yet, Cole? Can't flip it yet? Dude, we should have fished that tournament here. They're all freaking 18 inches. They're right at it. Those swinghead fish, they're eating it today. Swinghead on the road bed. Fish. It felt little. Probably walleye. It's true. Wouldn't have had a chance to set the hook. It'll happen. It will happen. Fucking walleyes, dude.
Like, damn, must have got a walleye bite.
Got his ass that time's what I did. Begging. Big angry Juan. That's a grown one. Big beefy girl. Big old beef on the old Brennan tube, they call it. The Do It Brennan tube. Oh, that's a little more like it. That's how they're built, Brennan. Look at this guy over here. I told him I wanted some tubes. He took the courtesy to even pour me a damn smoke purple. It's a beautiful, probably 4.5 pound fish. Beefy. Finally, you bet. Should we weigh it? Deal.
We'll go 4 3/4.
That was fun. I liked that. I was way off. I said 4.5. He's 4.58. That's fun. Yay! Sweet! Okay, let's do that again. Fine. Got back to the hotel. Here we are. That's our room right there. Same one we stayed in with Zark last time. So I don't know if the bathroom's gonna be usable, but we're gonna try to make do. But we're getting our stuff out. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna make for our day on the water tomorrow. We're going to a different lake that we heard has a lot of bedfish right now and a lot of offshore rockfish. It's kind of actually a really unique lake. It's like a big bowl with a lot of rock fields and stuff. So we have the smallmouth factor of kind of offshore and rocky, and there's docks on it, so we could be flipping docks. And there's largemouth in these backwaters that we're told they're spawning and stuff next to some laydowns. So we definitely need flipping baits, right? So make some flipping baits. We need some dragging baits. The swing head was really good today in this clean water. Yeah, these should be good actually. This is like a beaver style mold. We caught them on this last year.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
I think it's called the beaver style bug.
Beaver style bug. Makes sense. So we got 3 of those guys. Oh shit, this guy's was my favorite flipping bait around docks. And we caught a bunch of bedfish on it last year too. So anytime we get up shallow to do some flipping, I think this guy could be good. This is the
Flippin' hog.
Flippin' hog. I like having Brennan around to tell me what the hell everything's called, even though you can probably just look at it and know what it's named. Like look at this right here. I bet it's called the Ripper. Let me just open it and see. Yep, it's called the Ripper. How do I know? I might say it right there. I don't know. Okay. So, we pour some of that. We're thinking ball head jigs, swing heads. We have to pour the lead.
Maybe some swim bait heads.
Swim bait heads, Ned heads for sure. So we got some plastic stuff to pour, we got some lead stuff to pour. We actually did a whole bunch of different sessions last time on this tour where it was a lot more informative, so kind of refer back to those videos, and I've made some videos I'll link down below where I show the whole process of actually pouring lead and pouring plastic, 2 totally different things we're going to be doing here in a second. So refer back to those videos for that and what we're doing exactly, but we're going to make a bunch of tackle right now. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to reply to everyone. Definitely gonna need some ball head jigs. Like I said, there's a lot of docks, there's laydowns, there's all sorts of stuff. I'm thinking this clean water, which we have a lot of clean water up here. We're gonna have some finesse cut skirts, so we're gonna make some little ball head jigs right now. You know what, Brennan? I'm gonna go a 3-fer here. We're going balls deep, 3 at a time. Toss our little hooks in here. And this is awesome. It's such a quick process, and you guys see we have a million freaking things laid out here, molds and injectors and all this stuff, but truthfully, like me and Zark, we fish tournaments a lot. We take this stuff with us on the road. We got a microwave, we got a lead pot melter, and we got a couple molds we think we might get snagged about 1,000,000 times. And it's just as simple as you go, bloop, boop, bloop, boop, Boop. Full, and it's cool how fast it dries up. Boom, just poured it in there. This is real time. And look at that. They're all freaking ready to go. We pop them out. We cut the little sprue excess off. We go straight over to this guy because we need to coat our heads here quick. Now, we don't have a baking system for this powder paint, which you can use to kind of cure it a little bit more, but honestly, I don't even know if it matters that much. Boom, into the powder paint right there. I leave my stuff a little bit janky because honestly, I think the fish eat it a little bit better. But this is as quick a process as it was to pour the lead and wait for the lead to dry. Look how quick it is to powder coat them. Boom, painted. Boom. Get a little bit more on there. So just like that, we just poured 3 different sizes of those dudes right there. I want that to turn off. And then we'll just come over here. We got to put a little weed guard in it. I know I've showed you guys this 100 times, but we got about 70 to 80,000 new MFers since the last Do It tour we did last year at this time. So thanks for everyone for subscribing. And stoked to have you along and hopefully have you making your own tackle at home. Again, catching more fish on stuff the fish haven't seen, saving some money, and the gratification to go out and ripping lips on something that you just made yourself in front of a shitty hotel while you take beer breaks. Okay. And we'll just, I never used a Gorilla Glue contraption here. We just give it a little dab. Boom. In there. Boom. I've heard people say this stuff takes too much time to do, is why they haven't gotten into it. I'm about to make 3 jigs before you guys even knew what the hell I was trying to make here. I've seen some of the stuff you guys are commenting on the videos. I know you got a lot of free time on your hands. You might as well be making some damn tackle at your house so you can go get snagged a lot like me and not care about it. So then we take our little skirt here, which you guys sell banded skirts. That's what I talked about when I toured your facility. You can make stuff completely from scratch, or they kind of let you in at any point in the process. So if you don't want to buy a skirt making tool, they have banded skirts. If you don't want to buy a lead melting pot, they have jig heads. It's just all sorts of good stuff over on the Do It site that's linked down below. And boom. This simple. We'll put it right on our little jig head here. And you guys might think I just throw any jig because it works. I'm very meticulous about what I pitch in front of a fish. Got some skizzers, Brennan?
Yes, sir. Let's find them.
Just a minute. Alright, so here's what I like to do. So on a typical full-bodied skirted jig, when I want some bulk to it, that's about perfect. But with a finesse cut skirt, I'm not going to cut it right below the hook. I'm going to give it a lot of space between the hook, probably like 1/4 of an inch, you know, giant margin. Jigs are just weird. They gotta be like perfect to me. They gotta be janky. Look at that nice little bulky profile, and we're gonna make it a finesse cut skirt. And this is one spot companies just screw up on. They don't make them right. Either they leave too much skirt on top or not enough. You gotta have a perfect amount. And like I was telling these guys, I made and sold thousands of jigs before I ever started this stupid YouTube channel. Right there, that's too much. We're not going with that. We're gonna shorten it up. It's gotta be perfect if you're gonna flip it in there to an 8-pounder like we are tomorrow. These are some janky scissors. Alright, so we got a couple stragglers down there. These guys are a hair too long. That's the length I'm looking for. That little bush. That amount of bush on there, and that's your little finesse jig. They're gonna put a little craw on the back of it. It rips. Just getting loose for tomorrow, Brennan. Don't look at me like that. I'm getting loose. Look at this guy. We're gonna bush it out. We're gonna leave him full bush, and then we're gonna boom. We're gonna come right back in. For those of you guys wondering why it's got some blue shimmer in there, it's because there's about 92 feet of visibility and some green pumpkin with blue shimmer. Solid color for that cold water. You guys wouldn't believe how many fish you can catch on a janky little ball head jig that I just made for you guys in a matter of minutes. And it looks like I'm not even caring what I'm doing right now, but it's precise. It's too much. That's the dude right there, and it won't be all bushed out stupid like that once you get it in the water. That's him. Watch me. Watch the video tomorrow. I'm gonna rip some freaking lips on it. So we got some jigs. We're in the process of making plastics. Freaking Brennan made a ton of plastics. We're gonna be bed fishing and flipping and stuff for smallmouth. This is called the newt.
Yes, sir. McGrady newt.
That thing is tiny. That looks so good. It's gonna be so good in a little natural color in the water, in that clean water. Got some crazy colors of these little newt guys. He's got some, it's like a little zipper guy? What's that called?
Yeah, that's our zipper goby.
Zipper goby. That's gonna be perfect. You said you fished that on a jig head or a drop shot.
Yeah, yep.
I like that.
Drop shot it or drag it around on a jig.
Look at these crazy little natural swim bait heads. We threw this a little bit today, but they just weren't eating the swim bait today. I think tomorrow we might have some better luck. It's gonna be awesome. We got some little swim baits. Like, look at this little baby swim bait. Like, should be perfect for that super clean water. One thing that is kind of going against the grain, that for whatever reason the bass eat it when the wind's blowing in that super clean water, is a spinner bait. So really quick, I'm gonna make a couple spinner baits up, make some swing heads up. We're gonna be ready to go for tomorrow. Okay, so here's how you make spinner baits. I'm not an expert at it, so critique me all you want. So you got your spinner bait hook, and you got your little wire. What are these called?
Wire forms.
Wire forms.
Of course.
So I want to do finesse spinner bait because we're fishing super clean water. So this is actually a shorter wire form. I have a longer one too, but we're gonna use a finesse one with some little blades on it. And I think that's gonna be the deal because we also have. We didn't bring a ton of skirts with us, but we have some more natural colored skirts. So we're gonna put it in there. This is gonna make a half. It's a half. This is a ½ ounce. I'm gonna make a ½ ounce, and I think a couple 3/8 ounce ones. Put our little spinner bait guy in there. Give him some leads. Boom, it's done. This is the raw version already. We'll just chop him. Sprue. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now let's take a little blade guy. Put the bottom blade on. I'm brain dead and don't have any spacers. So we're just gonna use those 94 that just fell out. It'll be perfect. We gotta use 116 anyways. Well, usually you got little clear guys. That's a spacer. It's like this long. Not me. I'm big on using 15 beads. Beads work better anyways. How many beads do you usually like, Cole? Pervs.
I usually put a clear spacer on mine.
Alright, so it looks like the magic number is about 7 beads. Now we're going to take our bigger Indiana blade. Did that guy just say Indiana? He doesn't even know what the blades are called or how to say state names. Unsubscribe. So we put our little blade on our high quality double ball bearing swivel. Double? Just a ball bearing swivel. Now we're going to take that sumbitch. Try not to have our stuff fall off. Brennan, I might need you to do this process of the bending. I don't know if I can do it. I suck at it. You just bend it like Beckham?
Yeah. I have faith in you.
So you get this guy most of the way. And then you slide your little Johnson to the end there. Alright, so we give him a good little bend. You got some real pliers here by chance?
Probably not.
In the boat?
In the boat.
Where they belong. Alright, there we go. That worked actually. So I'll probably bend that a little bit better once we get to the boat, but these beads should keep that from coming off. Now we just gotta slide a skirt on that. That's a nice little profile for a ½ ounce bait. And then we're gonna take one of these little do-it skirts that they distribute. That's a cool looking purpley shad guy. It's Cole's favorite color, purple. We're just gonna slide it on. We're gonna kind of go like the old school War Eagle finesse style look with the spinnerbait, and this style head doesn't have any eyes molded in or anything. It's just going to be a bullet shape. But boom, just like that. I'll probably end up trimming some of that out when we get out on the water. That's a pretty good looking little finesse-y type swim bait. I'm really going to trim this up. I'm going to do that right now, actually. Let's trim this. We'll get it kind of bushy, like War Eagle actually does on their baits, on the top, and then we'll leave our bottom legs on the inside a little bit longer. That'll make a really nice bait fish profile that when these blades are thumping, it will shake the entire body. So we got kind of a longer little string down there. We'll cut it just like that. So that's a nice finesse skirt in the water. Of course, that's going to pull down. It's going to look good in the water. I might not even need a trailer hook on that because that hook goes quite a ways back. And I want to keep it small. But there you go. So we're going to go a little swim bait guy. This thing looks stupid, but Brennan says it's the deal. We're going to slide him most of the way. A little dab of super glue since we don't have a keeper on this mold. Don't really need one though when you have some good Gorilla Glue like this. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow in the water. That thing's gonna be dirty. Cheers. What time did you get up today?
Midnight.
You got up to midnight. Brendan, you go up at midnight, drove 3.5 hours. We met at 5:30. Drove 4 or 5 more hours. And here we are. Fished all day today. Honestly, didn't have the best day of fishing. You might be watching this video and think that we're crazy, but caught some really solid fish for about anywhere you could ever travel to. But not up to the caliber of some of the fish that we've caught in this area. But that's just fishing. We had a strong east wind today, high skies, no clouds, wind blew freaking hard all day. So it's probably conditions, and that's just how it goes. But tomorrow we're mixing it up. We're fishing a totally different lake, like I was telling you guys, largemouth and smallmouth, and all different types of cover and stuff, and maybe even some current, maybe some backwater stuff. So that's why we made all this tackle. And sitting here, after 14 hours of 16 hours of driving and fishing all day, with a giant mess in front of us, I can honestly say that I am obsessed with tackle crafting, and I could literally do this all day long. I got to making my 2 little stupid spinner baits that I'll probably end up throwing for a cast and a half tomorrow, and I'm just like, oh my god, look at all these combinations. I'm about to make the best spinner bait of all time. This stuff is so much freaking fun to do, and I've kind of grown to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of like the part of my career where I have to go through my boat and clean my boat out and tie baits on all the time. But doing something like this is just like super fun, creative spark within me. I enjoy it.
Absolutely. It was a tough day of fishing today. Tomorrow's a new day. We've got some baits. We're geared up, ready to go. Let's get it.
So many baits that they've never seen before. Fun time. Cheers. And really quick, don't forget again, tag me in your order from Do It Molds. I'll link it right down below so I can repost your stuff. And we'll see you guys bright and early first thing in the morning. We're going to clean all this up and go tie a bunch more baits on and get limited amounts of sleep and be very tired and break up super early and rip some lips in the morning. Let's go.